So won't you come take off your clothes? The song don't go like that. So won't you come pick up your clothes? So won't you come pick up your clothes? I have them folded. So won't you come pick up? So won't you come take off your clothes? So won't you come pick up your clothes? That's kind of interesting. Should I do a remix? I think I might need to do a remix of that song. So won't you come take off your clothes? I have them folded. Meet me at the door. I can't say that. Why would I say that? Why? Why would I say that? We're live on the Luke Show, ladies and gentlemen. In case you didn't know, I've not been drinking. I don't drink anymore. Some people be thinking some people be like, yo, he drinks. I know we're early. We'll rebroadcast the show at 5 p.m. normally when we go live. But Junior has a baseball game once again. And his schedule is very important. What's up, bro? His schedule is more important than my schedule, as you can see. Shouts out to the Miami Heat. You see this? Can y'all see this? This was the first ticket. I was 88, 1988, 89, inaugural season. See that? Inaugural season. I was a season ticket holder. Original season ticket holder. There's my seat. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I was original Heat fan. Original. I'm sorry if y'all don't know. I'm still trying to get set up here. As you can see, I'm moving things around. I got all kind of stuff in the background. Here's my microphone. I did not put on my attire today because this is an early edition of the Luke Show. It's going to be a very big show. It's going to be a very big show. See, I was supposed to put this on. I was supposed to put this jacket on. This big coat. Half of this stuff I can't fit because I have lost like 30 pounds. Shouts out to me for losing 30 pounds. Shouts out to Luther for losing 30 pounds. Yes, I lost a lot of weight. Y'all clap it up for me. I lost 30 pounds. You guys need to lose some weight. When you get my age, you want to lose weight because you need to be healthy. I'm old. I got a 16-year-old. I need to be around for him when he gets married. I can't do that with weighing almost 300 pounds. So I lost a bunch of weight. Thank God. I'm starting to show off slow because I want to go slow today. And then we're going to pick up the energy as the show go on. I got quite a few guests that's going to be joining us today. But let me do it the proper way. Hey, yo, welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke Show. Thank you for being over here on Facebook and everybody over there at Uncle Luke, my fan page on Facebook, over there, Uncle Luke TV on YouTube, on X. I see y'all over there, Uncle Luke Real One, and everybody else over there at on Twitter, not Twitter, but damn, that's X. On Instagram, Uncle Luke Real One on Instagram. But I would like to thank you guys for joining the show today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share the show. Share the show right now, because the shit that I'm getting ready to say on this show, you don't have to wait for the clips out. You don't want to be able to sit there and get the reruns. This is what we try to do with the Luke Show. We do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every now and then I have to go a little early. Right now, we're live right now. I have to tape, and we show the show throughout the day. We'll show it again at 8 o'clock tonight, again at 11:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, we do rebroadcasts of the show so you all can catch it, you know, because we know people work. We know people have other things to do. And with those other things to do that, hey, you know, they might not be able to catch the show live, but then we want to be consistent as well as for the times that we do this show, people, because we want you to be able to get the best of the best of the Uncle Luke Show. Throughout the day, we send clips and cut-ups of the actual shows throughout the days on all of our social media platforms, so you all can be able to see some of the things that you miss. And if you see a clip and you want to listen to the entire thing, go to my YouTube page. That's Uncle Luke TV. YouTube, go over there and you can see all of the shows. You can see the show that we're doing right now and every other show that you probably miss, you know, because we have some great shows. And I want to thank you all once again. These numbers are incredible. The numbers are out of control. The numbers are big. I go places all over the place, and people are always talking about the Luke Show. People are talking about some of the things that we discussed on the show. You know, they find it very interesting. You know, a lot of people have, you know, they have comments about some of the topics that we have. We try to give you a different perspective. My job is to give you a different perspective of the same news that you normally see, and we do some breaking news as well. You know, we have guests on from time to time, very influential people who will be able to come on here and talk some good talk to you about some of the things that's going on in the world. We encourage people to get into the chat. It's very hard for me to see you guys in the X chat. I can see when you came on, but I don't necessarily get to see some of your comments. Same thing goes to the people over there in the Instagram space. We don't, you know, the best place to go to get in the chat where I can see you, like this young lady right here, Facebook, or like this fella right here, Instagram. Not Instagram, but YouTube. Right now, we always start the show off. Want to know where you're from? Get in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Let me post where you're from. I know y'all from New York City in the building, and I got people from all over the world. So let's go. Let's get in the chat, people. Let me know where you're from. Because in the words of Uncle Al, he always said, where you from? Where you at? You know, I like to pay. I like to give respect to my good people. Bell Glaze. Hey, Bell Glaze in the building. I just left the month. Did I see you? I was at the chicken spot. I was at the chicken spot in the month. So if I ain't see you, I'm coming back. No doubt. Shouts out to my man, Ricky Jackson. He just hit me up, said, man, I just saw you on the highway. No, Rick. You ain't see him on the highway, Rick. I was on the highway yesterday coming from Belle Glaze. I got to keep drinking fluids, people, because I'm still suffering from a little cold. Pembroke Pines in the building. Yep, shouts out to Pembroke Pines. We got Overtown in the building. Hey, Bay Springs in the building. Yo, we got people from all over the country up in here. But yeah, I was in Belle Glaze. See, I'm thinking about running for Congress. And part of, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, what are you in Belle Glaze for? You know, I'm on a fact-finding mission. I'm definitely on a fact-finding mission to see whether I want to do this or not. Shouts out to Las Vegas. And Belle Glaze is in the district that I'm getting ready, thinking about running for, which is CD20. So it's Belle Glaze, Pahokee, Belle Glaze, the Muck, Belle Glaze, Pahokee, South Bay, a little bit of South Bay. Then you have River Beach. You have Lauderhill Lake, Sunrise, Tamarack, all those areas that are in that particular district, along with River Beach. I already said that. And so I'm going around different places because I'm thinking about running. I'm gonna make a decision on the 15th, which is next Sunday, whether I'm running or not. And I'm looking at all these. I'm talking to people. I'm going to talk to people, not necessarily politicians, but the actual people. And I sat down at the chicken restaurant yesterday. Shouts out to those beautiful people in there. Best chicken in the world. I mean, damn, that chicken is. A friend of mine just called me just a while ago and it was like, yo, I still got my leftovers of chicken because she was over there with me. And I'm telling you, best chicken in the world. When you go to Belglaze, Pahokee, in the Monk area, go stop by the chicken restaurant. But yeah, I'm talking to different people. I talked to some people in Sunrise. I talked to some people in Belglaze, Pahokee. Talked to people in Fort Lauderdale and a large part of the places around the country, around the state. Just getting to not the state, but necessarily in that district. And I'm learning a lot. I talk to them about the different needs that they may need in these areas. Because if you're going to run for office, I think it's about really running for the people. And my firm belief, and I know the office is the people's seat. A lot of times our politicians get in these seats, and the first thing they think about is it's all about them. They get all on Facebook. They all parading everywhere. They walking around with their suits like they're bigger than everybody else in the world. No, that's not the case. You work for the people. And when I look at Belglaze, Pahokee, and I look at Riviera Beach, and I look at Lauderhill Lakes, Sunrise, Tamarack, and all those areas that falls into CD20, I know I can make a difference. And I know people want a difference. So, boy, if I run, I'm going to make CD20 the best district in the United States of America. That is what I do, people. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be sorry about it. I'm not apologizing for it. That's what I do. Liberty City Optimists. People hate on us because we're beautiful. We renovated a 28-acre park. We got a brand new football stadium. We got a renovated, brand new senior citizen building. We got a brand new state-of-the-art gymnasium, fitness center, classroom for the kids. We have 200, 300 kids on a waiting list to get into our aftercare program. We renovated Miami Edison. Made Miami Edison one of the only schools in Miami-Dade County to have turf football fields and big-time state-of-the-art locker rooms. Too bad I had to leave. Hopefully the next coach come in and keep doing what they need to do. We had Adidas contracts at both different places. We educate our kids. Our kids are well-versed. We give them the best of teachers. And also, and this is what Streeter might not know, when I bring him on as Streeter, I'm going to tell you something you might not know. Streeter, how you doing, my brother? What you doing in the dark? It's too early in the dark. See, you day trading, motherfuckers. Y'all be in the dark. This how you day trade.
Come on, let's get some light. Let's get some light in here. Come on, that's better.
You a day trader. You day trading right now?
Not today. No, I did. I was just looking at Bitcoin and how they talking about Epstein created it and it's falling, which is a great chance to buy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tip of the day. Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah. Listen. They trying to cover up everything in them Epstein files with a bunch of BS noise. You know what I'm saying? And they've said Epstein was there at the beginning, and now Bitcoin is at 70,000. Which means it's on sale. Because that's the type of games they play, Luke. They're trying to get into it too. They don't want it to go 100,000 before they get all their money into it.
Speaking of Epstein, you want to get into politics and all that here?
Bro, listen, yeah. I'm trying to figure out why you keep saying if I run. Like you playing double dutch and shit. Like I'm trying to figure this out. Why you keep saying if I what would go be the deciding factor if you run or not?
If the people tell me they don't want me, if I go to one of these cities, and most of the cities I go to, if I go to most of the cities and they say that we're happy with our congresswoman who has been indicted, and we're going to sit here and wait for her to get unindicted, and we really like her, I would then go sit down and mind my business. Because the job only pays $160,000. It's not about the money. When it comes to me, I know, yes, people go into Congress and come out millionaires because what you do is some things allegedly they say they get insider trading information, and that's how a lot of those people come out millionaires.
Right.
And other things that they do. But that's not my thing. My thing is going in to do the right thing for the people. And if the people are happy with their elected official right now, which I don't know if she's going to be able to survive being indicted.
What? Survive what?
She was indicted.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she allegedly took $5 million from the state of Florida. She's allegedly went and put in a grant for the COVID, and it was supposed to be a $500,000 deal, what they were supposed to give her, and then the state of Florida, dumbass, added another zero on it and gave her $5 million, allegedly. Gave her $5 million, and she allegedly never told them that they gave her $5 million and she was supposed to turn it in. So my understanding, she cut a deal with the state of Florida, but the federales is totally different. So the federales end up indicting her. She got indicted, and so now she got to go through the process. And there's tons of ethic violations in which the United States Congress, because Congress has a division as well that investigates ethics violations like this, and she allegedly has a whole bunch of congressional violations, and she's embattled, and I don't think she'll be able to last.
And that's who you up against?
That's who I'm up against. I'm up against her, and there's a couple other people, a little boy, and then a little boy. The little boy running every election in America. He just run and get beat and run and get beat. Then I'm running against another guy whose daughter allegedly did the same thing that she did, career politician. And then I think there's a doctor in there. Good doctor. I know him, but he does. None of these people do nothing for the community. So none of these people do nothing.
But they always say they're going to do something, right?
They always say, these career politicians, these people who want to get in these races, I'm a firm believer of they need to put on the qualification that you need to have done so much community work, outreach work, volunteer work. That needs to be a part of qualifying, because if you have not volunteered your time to do this, the work for the people in a voluntary manner, you shouldn't be able to be running. Because you want to win, but then again, it's not, anybody can run at any given time. Anybody, so again, yeah, they
it's like
why the little boy. I will refer to him as the little boy the entire campaign. If there comes a time and I run and I gotta go do a debate, he will be called the little boy. Hey, little boy, go sit down. Do you need a booster seat? I mean, if anybody ever saw me debate, they might need to go and do their homework. When I ran from there,
you travel from city to city regardless. Like you travel from city to city now. I remember you was at Jazz in the Gardens, man. You got off stage and you didn't even say, "All right, street them out." You ran straight to the damn airport to go to another city. When you go to these cities, do these people like you? Like, do you get like?
Let me tell you, Streeter. The thing about running for office, the most beautiful part about running for office is you get to go and speak to the people. That is the most beautiful thing. I mean, to hear the concerns of them, because you think it on paper, it looks one way, and then it says, oh, the economic, the impact, the numbers, some of the things you can do, and some of the things, crime, healthcare, whatever the things you need to try and accomplish and get done in these different areas. But you can look at that on paper. You can get that on ChatGPT.
Right.
But when you really go out there into the community, it becomes a whole nother movie. You learn things that you never learned, and you have the pulse of it. So it's a beautiful thing when that happens. You know, and speaking of elections, and speaking of somebody who's on the campaign trail, I got a very special guest. I don't even know how I ended up getting her, but something happened. God blessed us right here, Streeter. This lady right here, I'm getting ready to bring on Miss Nixon, Miss Angie Nixon from Duval. She might come on here gloating about beating Northwestern, so we're gonna have to take that.
Oh man, we gotta deal with
that. We're gonna have to take that. But here she is. There she go. There's my girl.
You know, shout out to those William Marion Reigns Vikings. I mean, you know. But thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Miss Nixon. Miss Nixon, Streeter. She's running for senator, and that's the Marco Rubio seat, correct?
It is. It's the formerly Marco Rubio's seat. It is the current person in office is Ashley Moody right now. So she was appointed to the position after he became Secretary of State.
Right. So, hey, look, first of all, I'm excited to have you on here. I've always been a big fan of yours. The things that you've been able to accomplish and get done in Duval. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And I always, you know, you one of my heroes. I've always, because you came in my Twitter space every now and then. And I just love how you talk about it, how you be about it. And I'm just excited that you're running. And I mean, tell us what got you, what made you want to run for senator?
Yeah, for sure. So I have been serving in the state legislature for going on 6 years now. I've also been a community organizer here in Florida and across the southeast region of the country, you know, for about 15 years now. I'm also a small business owner. And so after going on an Awake the State tour this past few months, I actually had conversations with thousands of Floridians. And frankly, what I have seen and heard from them is that basically Floridians can't keep waiting for things to get better someday. Right now, we have people who are in power saying things like they want to make America great again and they want to take us back to the good old days. But the reality of it is that the good old days weren't really good enough for people that looked like us, as well as women, and, you know, many people from marginalized communities. And so I decided to enter into this race after having conversations with Floridians and people urging me to run statewide because they know that I am someone who is unapologetic in fighting for hardworking people in this state. They know that I am someone who is honest and transparent and going to be accountable to them and who isn't beholden to special interest groups or really greedy billionaires and these corrupt corporations. At the end of the day, like, I care about people. I have 5 kids. I know what it's like to walk outside your house and your car is gone because it's been repossessed because you had to decide whether or not you wanted to pay your car note or take your child to the emergency room, right? And so these are things that should not be happening to hardworking Floridians. We're getting screwed right now by the people who are in power and the people who only looking out for these rich, greedy people instead of hardworking folks. And so I decided to run because I believe that hardworking people should shape their communities and the economies that they want. And that's why I'm running.
Yeah, and let me tell you, you know, I know you can get it done because you know, you've been in the state legislature. You know how the process works. You know some of the things that are needed in the community. So when you go through the state of Florida right now you just announced this weekend, correct?
I announced about 2 weeks ago now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, a couple of weeks. So when you're going around the state, what, you know, because it's unique for you. You know it from both. You know the difficulties of dealing with a state of Florida legislative body ran by Republicans, and you've gotten some things done through the gridlock.
I have.
You have gotten quite a few things done. You with that charm. That don't let that smooth
and so it's really important, like, you know, I don't care how the legislation passes as long as it passes. It doesn't have to pass with my name on it. And so I have been able to get things passed, and you put bugs and you drop bugs in people's ears and things like that, and you work behind the scenes. And if you want to take the credit as a Republican, that's fine, as long as it is helping working people. And so I've been able to expand access to early childhood education for people who are working class and couldn't afford it, right? Also, I was able to help things like price gouging. I was able to stop price gouging from happening by using my platform and demanding that this big box store that was really gouging people in lower income communities and hardworking communities, like, made them lower their prices. They were literally charging people $3 and $4 and $5 more at their store than other areas. And it's like, you can't do this just because you can, right? Like, that is wrong. And so being able to work across the scene, being able to lessen the blow of really bad bills that come out of the state legislature, that's something that I've been doing for well before I even I came into office, right? Like, I have been a union organizer. I've worked with Florida Rising. I was the executive director most recently of a statewide organization called Florida for All, where we really work to build power and allow, like, just again, hardworking families to have a voice and a say in the type of policies that they want to see pushed. And what I want people to know, like, the things that are happening right now, it does not have to be that way. The fact remains that the people in power, they only listen to rich people right now. We can actually start electing people who actually listen to folks that are working hard and, like, struggling to make ends meet, even though they working hard, right? We got these people that want to attack Social Security. They want to not expand access to the Affordable Care Act. And the reason they're doing that is because they want us to have to continue to work for them forever. Like, that's all this boils down to, is about money and power and control for these people who are in power. And it's like, if we elect people who put, like, hardworking folks first, a lot of these problems that we're having right now would be non-existent.
I got a question for Luke. And that's, I mean, what you're saying is right. I mean, the lion never gonna wake up and tell a deer how to get away from him. I mean, they're just gonna keep eating the deers. You wrote a book. I saw something. You wrote a book, interesting book, with your 7-year-old daughter. Could you please tell us, everybody, how that came about?
Yeah, for sure. So she's now 18 years old. We wrote a book back in 2014, and it was actually a series. So I'm gonna toot my horn a little bit. So my daughter Natalie, she's really dark skinned, beautiful complexion. But a long time ago, she did not want to be Black, right? She did not like her hair. She wanted long hair, like a friend of mine named is Meredith, who was a white woman. And she hated her skin complexion. And so she also kind of struggled reading a little bit. Not that she had problems reading, she just didn't like to. And so I told her, hey, like, let's write a book, right? And she was like, okay, let's do that. And I said, but if you want to write a book and we turn you into a superhero in this book, like, you have to read more books so you can learn more words, right? And so she did it, and we wrote this book together called The Adventures of Moxie McGriff, where all of her insecurities became her superpowers. So her hair, her Afro puffs were, it turned into fire and ice. And so in the first book of the series, she used her Afro puffs to save the public libraries from being eaten by monsters trying to make the kids dumb. And so because of that book, we actually traveled across the country. We went all the way to Alaska, California, New York, and we really started promoting literacy and things like that. And now my daughter is basically set to become a real life superhero. She's actually in firefighter EMT school to become a firefighter. So I'm super excited about that.
How did that book? Hold up, Luke. I got this. You think I don't know about politics? So how did that book? Did it help her self-esteem?
Yeah, it definitely did. Because one of the things is, when she started talking about a book, and we had the character and it looked like her, and she saw all these little kids that would come up and be like, oh my gosh, that looks like me, that's so cool. Like it
That's
just
awesome.
really built up her confidence and her self-esteem. And that's one of the reasons also, like I opened up a bookstore in Jacksonville as well. They banned books. I opened a book that um taught Black history. Like we have books on Black history, but we also, the majority of our books, I will say like 90% of our books is just about like Black people, Black protagonists and things like that. So we even have fiction, but it's when you have kids that are coming in from a predominantly Black neighborhood to see books that look like them, that are representative of them. Like we literally carry Boosie Badass's book, like Gucci Mane, Notorious B.I.G., and also like characters, cartoon characters with, the books, and they see themselves and they want to read. Like a lot of times our children don't want to read some of these books because they can't relate to it.
Right,
And
right.
so that is one of the reasons like that I really push back against this anti-woke stuff, right? They don't want our children to see themselves. They don't want our children to know their history. And we perish for a lack of knowledge. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And so they want to basically keep us oppressed and keep us dumb and not knowing that we come from greatness. We've done a lot of great things as a Black community here in this country.
The villains are saying how they find the book, Luke, and you got it from there. So how they find the book? People trying to find the book in the comment section. You done got it
Yeah,
ready
for
for
sure. So they can go on. We have the book. It is on. One of the bad companies. It is on Amazon. But
You can't get away from that
if you
company. They
go
own
to
everything, okay? You
They
can't
own
get away
everything.
from them.
We have to deal with somebody.
if you go to moxiemcgriff.com, Moxie McGriff, MCGRIFF, and it's MOXIE MCGRIFF.com, you can order the book there.
Hey, so you're running for Congress. How difficult it is. I mean, when you look at the numbers, and what's the roadmap of winning?
Yeah, right.
Take me through what you how many I mean, we know the state, is almost a purple state. Some people want to say it's red, and there's a possibility of making it blue. We saw what Andrew Gillum did
Yes.
before. We saw how Kendrick Meek came real close when he ran for Senate as well. And we know, it seemed like it was yesterday when the old man had the seat, was the only Democrat. There's a possibility of a Democrat actually winning, especially right now. But when you look at some of the things that you need to get done and some of the things that our people and all Floridians need, what is the roadmap of getting this done? How do you see
for
yourself?
sure. So I think the roadmap to actually winning in the state of Florida is building a complex coalition of people, right? Of hardworking people. And so I'm definitely targeting, many marginalized communities, many young folks as well, and really just speaking to the issues of Floridians right now, like the fact that we are hurting and we can't afford to live in this country anymore. And so you have to go out and have conversations with people, but you have to be willing to, meet people where they are. And so I think that's what makes me different in this race. I am a community organizer. I am a small business owner. And I've been already doing this work for years. I literally had several white male Republicans come to my announcement, my rally, and they came and they said, "Hey, I have watched you over the past few years, and I am going to change my party for this primary, because you got to be a Democrat to vote for me in the primary. so that they can vote for me, and then they're gonna change back so they can vote for me again. But they want, like, they know that I have a resonating message and that I really care about people. I have always stood up with people, even if they don't look like me, if they are being harmed or brutalized or attacked, especially by this DeSantis administration as well as this Trump administration. I want to be clear. I don't have to be briefed on what Floridians are going through. I have actually lived it. The fact remains that people really want to have access to quality health care. I wish that we can make it so that it is that we don't have to pay for it at all. But in the meantime, like, we need to do things like actually reform the Affordable Care Act. First of all, we need to expand the subsidies to allow people to be able to still somewhat afford it. But then we really need to look at actually reforming the ACA, because when President Obama did it, yes, it was great. Like, there was still a lot of issues that were happening. Another thing we need to look at, right, is looking at early childhood education. If you want to put people back to work, right, you, especially like young parents or whatever, they need access to early childhood education. I have a 5-year-old that's in VPK and I got to pay $1,000 a month. Sir, do you know what I could be doing with $1,000 a month? Like, a lot, but I have to pay for my child to go to school. Now, just imagine someone who can't afford that. They're going to keep their child in school. They may not be able to work because of it. And also their child may be behind because, hell, I struggle trying to make sure I'm keeping up with what I got to teach my 5-year-old. So I can only imagine these other parents who are doing the same. Like, it's a struggle. So if you want your children, if we want our children to start ahead, like, why not just go ahead and allow childhood education to be very low cost so that we can get parents back to work and our kids can start on time and ahead. Not only that, but like, why not expand that out to something like a 2-year college, right? People should be able to go to 2-year college for free. And I also believe if they don't want to go to college, we should pay for them to have a trade so that they could become productive citizens here in our state and our country and really help drive the economy, right? So these are some really, really easy, common sense solutions that could actually just help us as Floridians and as Americans actually, improve our quality of life. But we have to elect people who are going to look out for hardworking people and not these billionaires who, like, are some of our neighbors now, because you got Jeff Bezos here, who's able to throw a $50 million wedding. But Jeff Bezos does not want to pay his people over $20 an hour. He doesn't want his workers to be able to go on more than two breaks, right? Like, what does that say about us as a country if we are allowing these people who continually exploit hardworking people to actually drive policies? I'm here in the state of Florida. I had to argue last week. These mofos, they want to cut the minimum wage back to it. It's going up to $15 an hour in the state of Florida by October. This was a citizen-led initiative that we put it on the ballot as citizens here in the state. We voted on it back in 2018 to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. These mofos here in my building, my colleagues, said, oh no, you know what? How about we create these more opportunities where these work-based jobs where people are learning and training, and we can pay them $7.25 an hour up to 9 months so they can learn a new skill. Excuse me? That sounds like exploitation to me. And like I told him last week, that is the biggest amount of gaslighting I have ever seen come up out of there. You are basically setting people up to get jobs at $7.25 up to 9 months, and then they gonna get fired. And also, we in a right to work state. We are in a right to work state. Nothing is stopping these companies from firing all these people and rehiring them at $7.25. Oh, but they say, oh, but they gotta sign off on it if they want to get hired. If you don't have any other way to go, any other jobs to apply to, and they only $7.25, of course you're going to sign that. And so this is what these legislators are doing. And it's time we do something different. And it's time you vote for Angie Nixon for United States Senate.
Vote for Angie Nixon. Hey, look here. Throughout this campaign, you got to definitely stop by and holler at us and tell us all the new things and all the beautiful things. And what's the website where people can go and look?
Yes, for sure. So everyone should go to AngieNixon.com, AngieIenixon. Follow me on social media, Angie4FL, Angie for Florida. Please, y'all, I need your donations. Like, I need your donations. Recurring dollars are great. I literally have someone paying, they're donating $1 a month because that's all they have. I know some of y'all got way more than $1 a month to donate to me. We need donations to spread the word, to get the word out there, to let people know that we deserve something different in our country. And I look forward to continually fighting for you all like I fought here in Florida to actually take that to DC.
Okay. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
I didn't know you were politically savvy.
Right. Listen, man, that's what I do, man.
You're showing me that you're
that's what I do, man.
You're a little versatile.
I had a couple more questions for her, but I know you put the politics, that's your area.
Yeah, I'll be running into these I'm trying to be right. I'm trying to be politically right because I'll be on a schedule and try to stay on the schedule. I know I was messing with you on the show the other day. I was like, Shrita want me to be on there all day. But unfortunately, I have a 16-year-old that likes me to Uber him around. He gets in the back of the car, so I had to bring him the food out, take him here. He got all these cars around here, but he won't get in his own car. So I guess they call that spoil. Speaking of politics, it was something that triggered me. I saw you did a post.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have it where you talked about the Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. What if I don't know what it was? What if he put some money into?
What if I took $100 million?
I mean, talk about that.
What if I took $100 million and put it in ECU, East Carolina University? Mr. Beast, if you don't know, Mr. Beast became a YouTube star, one of the biggest YouTube accounts ever created. Then it went on into game shows. Chocolate he created. He's a billionaire at this point. I mean, he's a billionaire. But he came out and said, what if I took $100 million and put it into the ECU program? Now, Luke, my question to you is this. He said this on his Instagram page, right? Would he have said this and posted this if there wasn't anything to it?
No, it's already in motion. It's already in motion. If Mr. I mean, social media and these guys, a large part of it, like we're doing right now, we live, it's organic, we talking, we having good dialogue, but a large part of everything is already set up. Like this show is set up. Everything is what Ms. Nixon is talking about running our campaign is all set up. And so when you put something out there like that and you have the money to be able to get that done, he's just creating the interest, the vibe. You put it into the atmosphere to be like, yeah, Mr. Beast Mode, the fans, the alumni, the students, like, yeah, oh, hell yeah. Because, I mean, just like you say, this dude and what they do is humongous. When it comes to social presence, they are the biggest of the biggest. And to say that, there's a tweet up there, everybody. Should I spend $100 million? He wants the interaction. He wants people to be like, yeah, spend the money. Yeah. You're going to have assholes on there like, no, spend the money to my school. Spend the money to my school. But then the deal is already done. And
Luke, is $100 million a lot? What could that do for a program?
Well, I'm glad you asked that.
What did $100 million do for ECU?
$100 million for ECU. Now, mind you, people don't understand. That is arguably one of the best college campuses. When it comes to college life, the stadium is full up with 60,000 people on a regular basis. They don't care whether they're winning or losing or whatever. The party scene there, everybody that went there and partied and do shows and DJs, Shaq, you name it. I mean, it's the ultimate college town. What that would do for them, now they have all that. They have all the elements of being something great. But then when it comes to the actual talent, which they picked up some great talent, by the way, in Emory at quarterback, former University of Miami Hurricane, and my man Ray Joseph over there. And I'm pretty sure there was some more talent. But if you put $100 million into that program, let them be more active in the NIL space. Man, that'd be crazy because they have everything else. They have the college life, the atmosphere, the people, the fun. Guys going to visit. They'll want to play there. It's just now they need the money to be able to go out there and compete with everybody else. And in the conference that they're in, $100 million automatically makes them have more money than anybody in that conference. In that camp, and that goes from the South Florida to FAU, Memphis, all of them. They become number one in that conference, up there with some Power Five. But like I say, I'm glad you said that because you got some programs right now like this one here suffering.
Minneapolis.
No, I got the wrong one.
University athletics related debt has reached $437 million in fiscal year of 2025. That's a $200 million increase from the previous year, and they say it's primarily due to revenue bonds for stadium renovations and a new football operations center. This is the most Florida State thing Florida State could be famous for right now. Disappointing in all aspects when it comes to athletics, academics has always been top tier. The city's pretty cool. I mean, you have no beach. You have to drive somewhere for a beach. But the debt account...
$400 million.
Bro, that comes out on the same day the offensive coordinator quit. Now, how is Florida State surviving up there, bro? Like that, bro, listen.
It gets better. It gets better. Because they ain't by themselves. You have Rucker in the same situation.
Yeah.
Rucker, what is Rucker? Where's the lady? There we go. Rucker.
How truly awful Rutgers Athletics' financial situation is. They are in a $78 million deficit. So Rutgers joined the Big Ten in the 2014-2015 academic year, and since then has amassed a $500 million deficit. They've increased expenses by 175%. How did they get to this point where over the last 10 plus years they have spent $500 million more than they had? Well, there is an awesome article that came out in 2022 by NorthJersey.com, one of my other favorite New Jersey news sources, about what Rutgers was spending their money on, and it is awesome. Rutgers spent their money like the plot of a Disney Channel original movie where a kid just comes into $1 billion. They spent $30,000 plus on a beach party, $20,000 plus on one singular bowling trip. They had a huge budget for Girl Scout cookies and fried chicken. $30,000 on Lululemon purchases. Rutgers spent $400,000 on DoorDash for their football team alone in just one calendar year. They must have DoorDashed at least 15 times. That was all from an article in 2022, so hopefully they have fixed some of their insane sort of spending methods.
DoorDash.
Luke, can you explain how these teams operate in this deficit? They're not expecting to make this money back. All right, what's going on financially? I'm kind of confused because I know football is expensive. I've seen the documentaries before, but are they expecting to eventually get on top and get hot like Miami got hot? But then Miami only got 20 million. This motherfucker, you talking about 400 million?
See, I was ready for you today.
What is going on here?
Look, you talking about 400 million, another 500 million, and we're talking about teams that are in the Big Ten, in the ACC, major institutions, major universities, big time colleges playing big time ball on a big time Saturday in the Big Ten or the ACC. So,
Right.
bro, they're just mismanaging. Most people have a tendency of talking about HBCUs and how they mismanage money and all this stuff. No. Florida State, Rutgers, it's easy. You overspend, you get these bonds. The bond, when you get a bond, the bond is, you assume that you're going to pay it off. These two are state schools. Both of them are state schools. So people assume that the bonds are protected by the state because in all actuality, the state runs the school. And they then start these renovations and do these jobs based using the bonds, but then still got to pay the bond off. So it's almost down the line of, hey, look here, I owe you, you'll never go broke. That's where they're at. And so they're still spending at this alarming rate, but then they can never be competitive. And just like you say, article comes out, offensive coordinator quit, and basically, no, they're strapped for cash. They're strapped for cash. In the state of Florida, where the governor just said he's trying to get rid of property taxes, where part of your property taxes go toward your education, police, fire, and your state colleges. So if that passed, which I doubt that'll happen, they'll really be strapped for cash.
You think 400,000 on DoorDash is you think that's normal?
Streeter. Let me tell you something. I had to get myself controlled on the DoorDash too. I looked at my credit card and was like, this shit say $2,000 a month, DoorDash? And I'm a chef. I was like, hold the fuck on here. I told my son, I said, hey, homeboy, this DoorDash shit gotta stop. We gotta fucking put DoorDash on the motherfucking timeout. I had to put these people just spent $400,000 on DoorDash. Hold on. I'm trying to make this make sense. You got chefs and shit in these colleges. You go to all these colleges, they got chefs, they got smorgasbord.
Caterers that basically Miami got caterers that basically they're there. They're just there.
Exactly. So what the fuck are you spending money on DoorDash? When they do the investigation a little deeper, I guarantee you the DoorDash driver probably was the girlfriend of a coach on the staff, and they kept calling this motherfucking freak up, and she was getting the money that way. There's always some schemes in this shit, Streeter. But that's a lot of money, and a lot of these universities are upside down. So I asked you that you asked the question, will $100 million do real well at a program like an ECU? Shit. They'll fucking give you them Rutgers and Florida State. They'll give Mr. Beast Mode the whole goddamn lay of the land for $100 million. Them motherfuckers put Beast Mode on the stadium. They can go and put it in the middle. They can get rid of the horse and have Beast Mode flying out there on the goddamn horse and throw the Seminole Indian in the garbage. These people are desperate for money.
I know, and Mr. Beast gonna create the content too. See, that's the other side of it. Like, it won't be just the money. He's going to create the content, the marketing to go along with it, to go along with you actually watching ECU turn into something. It will be very valuable for ECU. Just valuable for college football. So I know, I think that's very interesting, especially for our boy Ray, man. I hope this happens for Lil Ray.
Hey, look, let me tell you, I told my son,
I want to see Emory win too, bro.
I told my son, I say, hey, Streeter just posted something about Mr. Beast Mode going over there with Ray them and being the big sponsors over there. Would you come go to the game? He said, hell yeah. Well, yeah, you got fucking shit. Well, I can't say that, but hey, he was like, oh yeah, just like you say, the following that these guys have, they tell you. I mean, I've literally went to places that I'm like, how did you know about this place? How did you know about this donut place? And it's all pushed through Beast Mode. You know, him and his whole little crew, they push people to these different directions. You think it's a movie going on at ECU right now. It'll almost be equivalent to when Phil Knight took over Oregon and made it fly. and kids from South Florida, everybody wanted to go to Oregon because they had to fly uniforms. I mean, the city of Oregon is like, I can't talk too bad about it because some of my people I do business with.
You ever did a show there?
No, not at all. It's not like one of the best places. Like the man said, there ain't no beaches and all that shit over there. It's in the bushes. But my God.
No, listen, Luke, I used to interview kids, and they would say their top 3 schools is Oregon, Ohio State, and I would be like, do you know what Oregon at? And none of them knew what Oregon was. Not even a clue. If I gave them a map, they wouldn't even be able to point in the direction that Oregon was if they had never taken a visit there.
Because it would fly. They like the uniforms. They like to get up. They like all the what they call the kids call it, the drip and all those different things when it comes to Oregon.
It was cool. They made it cool. Yeah.
They made it cool and shit. I can see Beast Mode going out there. Hey, hold on. Can you imagine Beast Mode recruiting against Mario?
Mario them gotta go. They'll go find somebody. But I don't know, y'all. Look, young Dennis, listen. Young Dennis be doing his goddamn thing.
School. What would Beast Mode pull up to the school in? A helicopter. I mean, dudes running around with a helicopter. These people are literally giving people hundreds of thousands of dollars and shit.
So Beast Mode been giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars for the last 6-7 years. So he would probably put up in a spaceship or something. I'm not lying. He might have like a stealth bomber or F-15 or something he got wrapped in Beast Mode. Like he be on some others.
Think about it, Streeter. You got Mark Cuban trying to give $39 million to Mendoza to stay in school. So all these people, all these billionaires getting involved in college football. Where you see this shit going at right now?
I think it been a thing that private investing was going to start getting involved with college football. How they getting their money back, we could do some research on that and figure that out. But that had already been a thing. So I think we're watching it happen. That private investors and private money getting involved in college football to actually receive a return. But you better not give it to Rutgers, because Rutgers over there scared. Rutgers over there. You got to give somebody to go spin it right and go make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
These man, listen. I really think they didn't think this thing through. So NIL, I know they got backed into it because they got sued, but it ain't really. And I don't want people to think it's NIL that's drowning these universities, because that money comes from collectives. Money comes from people who just making donations. And you got to remember also, these universities have major endowments, which in the billions and sometimes troops. So they got money backed up. And so when you really look at it, I'm like, okay, all right, you motherfuckers got an endowment of what? I didn't look up how much money the Rutgers and Florida State got, but I can tell you, they got more than goddamn Florida A&M, and they got more than goddamn Florida State. But at the end of the day, if you can't keep up, what happens? These people trying to go to a 2-conference situation, and you got teams like Florida State and teams in the Big Ten like Rutgers, and I'm pretty sure some other ones that's running broke and running in this kind of big-ass deficit. Do you kick them out of the conferences? Or what the fuck happens to them because they can't keep up?
Right. This 2-conference thing, you don't think this year threw a little monkey wrench into this 2-conference thing and the power of the SEC and them marketing their conferences like they run college football?
Well, let's face it. SEC ain't won a championship in 3 years. It's all Big Ten. ACC ain't nowhere to be found, lately since Clemson, and we got into the ship, and the man fucking blocked the guy on the block punt. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's in the garbage, but I think this is something that I don't think they all looked at, because when you look at the revenue sharing when it comes to ESPN and how much money they give to the Big Ten and the ACC, it's totally different than what they're giving to the fucking ACC.
Right.
And for what Miami is doing as a independent small college, technically compared to everybody else, what they're doing in this football space is humongous. But the mere fact that, again, you got universities, major institutions that are upside down, and how they last in the future to stay in the Big Ten and to stay in the ACC, because they're gonna have to dummy that shit down. They're not gonna be able to pay another coach this type of money when you're that far upside down. They're not gonna be able to put money into these facilities. These facilities get old real fast. 5 years, your shit old. You're not competing facility-wise. You're not competing NIL. You're upside down. These conferences are gonna have to look at, okay, you can't last in this motherfucker right now. I guarantee you, if they had to take Miami and swap Miami with Rucker, Big Ten, I guarantee the Big Ten take that shit all day. Wouldn't you think?
I think so.
Because again, it's about, you can't be in a big conference if you ain't got no money. Florida State, you want to do all that wild shit, sue people and all that, trying to get into the Big Ten, SEC. You ain't got no money.
Now you're crying.
Your money ran out. So it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to see. And again, that's gonna be a problem. But speaking of a problem, look at this here. I'm pretty sure you know about this.
Talk to me.
Companies own or control a health insurance division? Raise your hand. Please keep your hand up if you also employ healthcare providers or own clinics, specialty pharmacies, or any other kind of medical practice or pharmacy. Please keep your hand up if you also own or control a pharmacy benefit manager. And please keep your hand up if you lead a publicly traded company at which you have a legal responsibility to maximize shareholder value. So we've established on the record that the largest health insurance companies are not just insurers. They are also medical providers and pharmacies, diagnosing and deciding treatment for patients. They are also PBMs, another form of middlemen managing drug benefits. They are increasingly controlling every aspect of our healthcare system.
How in the fuck?
And they talk about insider trading. They talk about insider trading. They talk about calling somebody, talking about, hey, bro, did you see what he just explained? Insider trading.
We're fucked.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, so it's
everything.
Hey, you're the
People
doctor.
don't do nothing fair. Like, y'all always want to be right and legally and be fair, and you got to do that by the book. They figure out leverage in everything, and they just push it that way.
Hey, I know that will get you roused up.
Man, don't do this today, man. What?
These motherfuckers is the doctors. They the pharmacists. They the insurers. It's like they fucking. I mean, they pay. I pay the doctor. The doctor prescribes some medicine for me. They own the hospitals. They own all aspects of it. We're.
He didn't even have to ask the last question about the trading and about them being invested. He didn't even have to ask that, bro. Listen, they at every end of the spectrum. They're not fair. They're not even trying to play fair. They're just trying to set up building blocks and put things in place to where they get control.
The whole movie, every aspect of your healthcare is controlled by these people. Your insurance, your doctor, and then you can go to the goddamn to the doctor, to the urgent care, and they'll ask you, the first thing they ask you, what kind of insurance you got? And then they'll tell you, no, that insurance don't work here. Now you know why your insurance don't work. Because you need to be a part of a network. Now you understand what the fucking network is. The network is you need to have the insurance that's going to pay. Your insurance got to be a part of the network that controls the entire healthcare system. So mother go to tell you, oh, you fucked up, like, oh, it's I had to show you that.
I got my villain Chris down here, man. Say it sounds like a monopoly to me, but what
Thank
they might
you.
be like.
No, you know, it's a fucking monopoly. It is a monopoly. This shit. I say, hold on. I say, yeah, Streeter coming on. I got to show Streeter this shit.
It's all legal, Luke. It's all legal.
It's all legal. It's totally fucking legal.
So what is a scam? so what is a scam?
We think. Listen, man. That's why they say it's the difference between hood rich, and they rich. When you control the entire fucking healthcare system, and then you go to think about everybody go, okay, well, why did the head guy get unalived? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These people, so you just automatically be like, why did they just unalive him walking down the street of New York? And then you go to thinking, well, it's got to be something to this for them to do that. And there are people who study these type of things on a regular basis and get really upset about it. It's almost like how we do football, where we have disagreements about football. These people having disagreements about the healthcare system that they didn't monopolize, saying to themselves, this is fucked up. And then somebody get themselves worked up, and then I'm going to go do something about it. You know?
Right. We laugh about it, but some people, grandma and parents die because decisions was made. And they felt like, hey man, the decision could have went the other way. Y'all controlled everything. It ain't about legally what's right
because they could tell you, they could clearly tell you, look at the books. This is how much money Streeter paid in the healthcare for the last 10 years. And now he got to get some surgery that's going to cost him 3 times as much as he put into the system, into our network. This is how much, okay, we'll make money off the damn the prescriptions. We'll make money because we're on the drugstores. We'll make some money back there. But no, we're not going to be able to make our money back off of him if we allow him to get that.
Look, we
can't help you.
I was a Dade County CEO for 13 years. And I watched the corrections facility go from just us policing the inmates to a large majority of it turning mental health. And you had to give them their medication. And you had to walk with the nurse. And she had to go around 3 times a day. It was almost as if they were pushing medication into the facility. And it became a huge thing about medication and mental health. It blurs the line of drug dealing, like street drug dealing and legal drug dealing.
That's why I keep telling people. I say, I tell all my hood friends, I say, look at man, the same thing happens in corporate America, happens on the street.
Yeah.
It's big bank take little bank. You're trying to monopolize, you're trying to go get somebody's spot. If he's set up over here and he's selling a lot, you got more guns than he have on your team, then you go take his spot, and you go take his spot. Donald Trump take his spot. Hey, look here, man. Hey, look here. You controlling what comes into the country. All right, I got all this. Okay, I control these things. Hey, look, I'm gonna monopolize this thing, and I'm gonna do this thing just like fucking Super Walmart. I'm gonna take the flea market mentality, turn it into Super Walmart, turn it into Target, where you can come get all your shit at one time, and we're gonna control the whole movie now. Fuck Walmart. We're gonna do this shit on Amazon. Let's keep it goddamn moving. Speaking of that, when I saw this, I was thinking about you at the press conference with let me just play this.
Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. So, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors of a sexual abuser.
I was thinking about that. Your press conferences with Mario.
What? How did you blend the two? How did you blend them together?
When I saw that, I was like, this seems like a Street of Mario interaction.
How did you blend them two together?
When you're a reporter, I mean, when you go into these press conferences like this and you ask the tough questions, I mean that he roughs up these women. He don't play. He called one girl Piggy. Trump, wow. But I just thought, I just wanted you to feel like you wasn't alone.
Let's see if they have her back. Let's see if they come to her aid, and let's see if they have her back.
No, that was the big thing online. Nobody came to her aid. They was like, all these reporters just let him abuse her. She knew that when she asked about these Epstein files, she been covering this man for the longest. Trump then went off on every reporter. He done went off on her numerous amount of times. This just new right now. This just brand new right here. But he don't.
Why nobody talks about the bullying? Why nobody talks about the bullying? The bullying is huge in our schools. It was a big bullying movement. Nobody talks about him bullying people. It's the right for those reporters to be there and ask some questions. That's why they're there, for the people to ask questions to people like him. Nobody talks about how he bullies people. Why?
That's a good question, because he's the president of the United States. He sets the standards, and if the standards is bullying is approved in an executive order, I mean, shit. Then what his name? Bill Clinton set the standards against him head in your office, but then people start getting sued. Him and Monica Lewinsky allegedly gave him, but he bullies. He called one lady Miss Piggy on the airport. I mean, this motherfucker.
Entertaining now. He funny now.
He funny as fuck. Now, one thing about it, Trump done, everybody gonna miss him. They're gonna have to create another TV show with this dude here, because this dude is full-fledged entertainment. Every night they talk about this crazy motherfucker. I mean, off the chain. But then again, and then he got his homegirl right here. His new Amorosa, his new Kim Kardashian, his new what the other girl who was doing Turning Point, the black girl.
Amorosa.
And they kicked out.
You're talking about
that smart girl.
With the short hair.
What the fuck is her name?
One of the villains will say it. She was the recent one, the most recent one. Did the interview with Nick Cannon.
They got rid of all of them. All of them left or went rogue. But now,
Candace Owens.
Correct. Now they got a brand
Not
new
the
one.
cow brand. Told you one of the villains was gonna come through.
What y'all think? What you think about Trump's new house nigga?
Over his church stunt in Minneapolis, he's since called you racist, unhinged, homophobic, and out of your depth. Anything you'd like to say to Don Lemon? Sucker, stop.
What you think? What y'all think about Donald Trump's new house nigga?
I didn't. Was Nicki Minaj? She's Trinidadian, huh? I didn't know she was born here.
No. So here's the deal. Nicki Minaj, and here's what, let me set it up. Thank you, guys. This streeter right here, Footballville. Y'all go follow him on all his platforms. We're having this good conversation here. Nicki Minaj, how it started, Nicki Minaj went crazy. She's now going back at Jay-Z, talking about he's allegedly having all this wild shit. You can go find it. I'm not mentioning that. And then she got into it with Don Lemon. Don Lemon then got on her. Then Joy Reid got on her. Don Lemon said she need to be deported. Nicki Minaj then tell her homeboy Trump, hey, Trump, you need to put this nigga in jail. And then Don Lemon goes to the church and he interviews the pastor who is a part of ICE, allegedly part of ICE. And then a couple days later, Don Lemon at the Grammys, they go and get him out of his hotel, lock his ass up. So then that's when Nicki Minaj was asked that question there. Again, she called him, the sucker word. And that, unfortunately, it's sad because it's consistently going on. Nicki, everybody says she sold her soul, but the question is, how did she come back from this? Everybody we have a tendency as a people, we take people back. Amber Rose went over there with caping for Trump for 100 years, all on The Apprentice and all that shit. She didn't say, oh, I'm not fucking with Trump anymore. All of a sudden, we take her back.
We forgiving people.
Is that what we are?
They got mad at Nelly for doing a concert. And now Nicki Minaj and her whole Nicki Minaj following, like, y'all out there. I mean, y'all out there. And I don't know how she recover from this. But what do you think is frustration of not reaching the pinnacles of you think you could reach? So you start embracing.
Nicki got a little salty, went off on everybody, all the new girls with their new albums. She went off on them. She came off like a real hater. Let me just keep it a buck. She came off like a hater. The girls coming out with their records. Like these old basketball players and football players and old rappers who ain't doing it right now, but they want to hate on the other rappers. Oh, we did it like this. No, shut the fuck up and let these young people do their shit. So all the little young girls put their shit out. They hot. They the shit. They where she was before she started hating on them. And then now you got the situation where, she trying to find a way. Then, people start pushing back on her. Nicki, you a hater. And so what ends up happening now, you're undocumented hater. So Don Lemon jumps out there like this motherfucker is undocumented. And plus she allegedly have a brother and a husband that has child abuse issues, allegedly. Yeah. And she's trying to get them off. She's trying to get them off and get them pardoned and all that by Trump. So she goes to Turning Point. And Trump said, okay, you got to go over there and say it's on the Turning Point first. And if Turning Point approve you, then you can come over here with me. And then she went and sold a Turning Point with Kirk's wife and all that shit. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because Kirk actually said out of his mouth, you are not a fucking role model. Charlie Kirk used her as one of the black people he don't like and think that's fucked up. So, but Kirk's wife running the organization totally different. And they say, go on over there and sell your soul. Then now after she sold her soul, she's over there. And everybody's like, this motherfucker here got something going on. So Donald Trump then gives her a gold card. The gold card is the card that he allows you to come into the country. If I give you a gold card, that's for the millionaires and the billionaires. I'm going to give you this card, and that's your ticket to citizenship. See, Trump got to put his name on everything.
Right.
He tried to put his picture on the stimulus checks when he gave everybody. fucking put his name on the goddamn Kennedy Center. It's now the Trump Kennedy Center. He has to have his name cemented, and that's very important. A lot of us don't realize how important to cement your name in history. You know what I'm saying? Like, the young fella earlier, he didn't want to be a part of a bill, but his name was cemented into the bill, and it's like, no, I don't care. But that's a whole nother movie there. But that man is trying to put his name on any and everything.
Yeah,
that's his whole thing.
Yeah, they said she got a brother in jail, and her husband is registered. Well, we already knew her husband was registered sex offender. However, he became one because people rapped about it.
Yeah. So we got the Super Bowl getting ready to come on. And you got Bad Bunny getting ready to perform. And then you got Turning Point getting ready to have their own concert with Kid Rock and all of them. They got a redneck concert, a Republican concert at the same time as a Super Bowl concert going on. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
What is explain to people what is Turning Point? You said it twice, and I'm sure more people don't know what
Turning Point is an organization that Charlie Kirk founded. That's the guy who ran around, who they unalived at an event. Somebody, unalived him. He ran around the country saying black people are stupid. In my opinion, Black Ketanji is she shouldn't be a Supreme Court justice. Kamala Harris is a dummy, uneducated. That's what they do. That's what he was doing. Black pilot, he's the famous word. If I see a black pilot on the plane, I feel some kind of way. I don't feel safe because I think he was hired because of DEI and all those things like that. He's unqualified to be the pilot. So this guy spilled all this kind of shit. Hey, I fight for his right to say those things. That's his right. You know what I'm saying? But the bad things he said about black people and Nicki Minaj, it makes no sense for her to then sign up. It's like the new version, in my opinion, of the Ku Klux Klan. The younger, newer version of it all. Because they spill the same hate toward African Americans, and we're the enemy, and everybody else is the enemy. So for her to go cape for them people right now, a lot of people have a problem with that. But then again, you had Kanye West over there, like you say, Kim Kardashian over there, you had Amber Rose over there,
Lil Wayne. I think y'all went for their own personal reason.
Kodak Black, he went over there and got his pardon. And so these people go over there, and to be honest with you, black people don't give a fuck. Black people ain't nobody canceling nobody. I don't see none of the people went over there and got canceled. Trump talked more shit and sent more Mexicans back than any other president in America. And Kanye West sitting up in there talking about, I love you, Trump, got the red hat on and all that shit. He goes to Mexico over the weekend and sell out 2 concerts. Make that make sense?
No, we only cancel each other when in our own little community.
In the hood.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I don't like that nigga Luke. Right. Man, fuck that nigga Luke. Man, fuck Streeter, man. Man, I'm right. All this here. Yeah, we cancel each other locally in the hood, unfortunately. Streeter, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I don't think a young Drake May, which I love Drake May. I always thought he was good, even when he used to be giving out my Miami Hurricanes hell out there. I don't think they let him win in the first time.
No.
It's too fast. He got there too fast.
Hey, what I was thinking about Drake, man? You know what I was thinking about? Dan Marino. Remember how Dan Marino got there that fast?
Yeah.
And never got back?
Got back, yeah.
I was thinking about that with Drake, man. I'm like, God damn. He got that fast because he did not look good in that cold weather. He did not look good. That boy there was struggling. He was struggling until he ran that ball at the end. It was bad. I don't see how he get back.
It was cold out there. Look, it was cold out there though. Yeah, I was stuck in DC at the time with 14 degrees. Look, it was really cold.
Yeah. I was really cold. I know that ball was like a fucking rock. That ball had to be like a rock trying to throw it. Hey, but no, that's very, very interesting. I mean, let me ask you something. How have University of Miami down in the portal. I know you cover them and you're there all the time. People, we're talking to Streeters Football Field. You can go find him on all of his social media platforms. He covers all youth, high school, college, pros. We got us at Carlton Davis getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe some more people. Arroyo.
Carlton Davis, man. Tell Carlton Davis people, man, I need to talk to him, man.
C Murder in the Super Bowl, baby. That's my guy. That is my guy. Fucking right, God damn it. I coached him at Miami Northern, Streeters, alma mater. Y'all, hey, look, man, y'all give it up for C Murder. Give it up for C Murder. Give it up for him. Give it up for C Murder.
Yeah, man, I gotta talk. I gotta. One of the villains is, I think, Carlton Davis' cousin. Man, it said the family was a little salty because I didn't cover him as a kid. Man, we need to. I need to speak to them. Man. I need to talk to the people.
Well, yeah, because you weren't over there at your own school with. I was over there coaching this motherfucker. Hey, I remember one time I gave a little story. C Murder was on the back of the bus. Man, I cut C Murder out so goddamn bad. I said, you the fucking leader of the goddamn team. Motherfucker, you need to motherfucker speak up around this shit. We played somebody. I don't know who the fuck it was. And that boy, I was livid on the back of that bus. After that, man, C Murder started knocking all the motherfucking players out on the team. Then I had to go to C Murder. Hey, look here. Hey, I'm gonna give you another name. That I don't know. I think the C Murder came from that. That motherfucker started killing everybody on the team. I mean, he was the fastest, the tallest, and all that. He begged me not to play cornerback. Coach, I don't play cornerback. I play safety. I said, no, Carlton. Your brother is tougher than you. He's going to be my safety. That's Urshad. He's going to be the safety. You're going to take your ass at corner. You're going to make a lot of money at corner.
Urshad was his brother?
Yeah, that's Urshad.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Urshad was my. See, I had another version of Urshad at Miami Northwestern, Lil Spence.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had Lil Spence, and then I had Carlton brother. Two heat-seeking missiles coming with bad fucking intention, little motherfuckers. They didn't give a shit. They made up for their size. I said, Carlton, your brother is better safety than you. You're going to have to go over there at cornerback. Your arms are long and you're fast, and you'll be able to make a lot of money in the NFL. I saw him at the gas station. Coach, you did tell me this shit. And then take your motherfucking ass to Auburn with T-Rod. T-Rod gonna put you on the field right now, and then the rest is history. That's how it works.
Still in the league, and he got a mirror at the stadium. And don't his face on the side of trash pile with
face on the side of trash pile.
Right.
Can you believe that? Streeter, you done seen so many goddamn great players. You done seen so many. What is that? That's his people right there say, Luke. Yeah, Luke. That's a fact. Yeah.
So listen, you asked me about Miami. You asked me about Miami and the portal.
Yeah, man. Tell us about Miami and the portal. I mean, they got all the information.
They killed it again, man. I mean, to start off with Darian Mensah, who may be arguably the best quarterback in college football, and you know how these things work. Like when you're at Duke, Darian Mensah, 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns. Nobody knows about it. When you at Washington State, you're going crazy. You name Cam Ward. Nobody knows about it. You come into a market like the University of Miami, where we got the market, the media, the social media, and now the world gets introduced to Darian Mensah. He will leave here on a different platform. So it starts with that. You just plucked the best quarterback out. I believe the best quarterback that was in the portal. Miami for the third year just plucked the best quarterback out of the portal again. And Luke, you know what it means to have a signal caller. We got you one.
They will reload. I mean, that's big. How does that work with him bringing his Louis, his receiver that went over 2,000 yards? I mean,
Cooper Barkley.
Last year we only had one receiver that went over 1,000 yards, and the other receivers virtually touched the ball. We had another one 700, another one 300-400. Is that going? Are we going to have a controversy with the distribution of the football?
I think Cam Ward distributed the ball around, and everybody had decent seasons that year, right? So I think we'll pass the ball more. I think Mensah leaving Duke. Mensah had a 1,200 yard in Cooper Barcade. Then he had another 5'8" receiver who had 800 yards. He had like 3 other guys that had like 400 yards. So he was distributing the ball across, not evenly, but they all got to eat. Now you hand him a Josh Moore, a Malachi Tony, right? You hand him some guys, and I think what you're going to see is just a high-powered ass offense, Luke. That's what I think you're going to see. I think Carson Beck was kind of a different quarterback, a different guy, a game manager. He got us to where we was trying to go, but I think you just see a different offense, a different offense, more high power. We averaged 40-some points with Cam Ward, bro. I think this year we was somewhere, 20, 30. Well, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. I don't think it'll be a problem at all. I think Malachi needed some help. I'm sick of linebackers and everybody sitting on Malachi and hitting my dog. Get the off him. Get the pressure off him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look.
Y'all got to do something.
I think my again, I really believe we had talent. I don't think we utilized talent the proper way. But this is going to be a telltale year because you went from TVD looking like Carson Beck, then you had Cam Ward in the middle of that. Now you have this young man right here who seriously puts up numbers. I mean, wherever he's been, whether it was at Tulane or Duke, this is going to be a real telltale year. And then you got us playing what? How many more games we played? 6 more games. What it was? 6 more games in the Natty. So everybody has a book on this offense. You know, how to slow it down, how to stop it. There's no remedy to stopping Fletcher and the other running back. I mean, that's who we are. But then when you look at the offensive line, have we rebuilt back there because we lost some guys?
Yeah, I mean, they went in the portal and they got Jamal Mayweather from Georgia, 6'7", 305-pound offensive tackle. But the offensive line is something I don't worry about. That is where all the money no, I don't, because that's where all the investments, all the effort, that is the core of Miami team. And I don't.
But we have experience at O-line.
Said, do we have experience?
No, we always had experience. We always had them guys that Mario them coached up, that they groomed. And this group is not something that he had his hands on for a couple of years.
Well, we still got Pancake. We still got a few guys. We still got a few guys there. I think Bell should have stayed his ass in school, but they claim he was out of eligibility. Which, who's out of eligibility these days? I don't even know. Like that.
No, you got to do a suit, and you get another year.
Right.
NCAA has lost every lawsuit.
I know. Right. So I don't worry. I don't worry about the O-line. I don't. That is where the money goes. That's what they invest in. They're not going to like Bird said, we got Samson, McCoy, Rodriguez. Like that's not what they're not gonna let the offensive line fail. To them, the team is built there in the trenches.
Right. Because let me tell you, I love what Jason Taylor and those guys doing that D-line, because I mean, when you talk about development, and I'm big on development, I'm big on recruiting, developing, retaining, getting drafted. That's my definition of whether or not you're a great coach or not, whether people want to get offended or get upset about it. And what Jason Taylor, them doing at that D-line, I mean, you saw fucking Lightfoot came in and get a sack. You see what he did with Baines. He had his hand on Baines from day one. And Messidor, I mean, I heard a story where he told Messidor, lose 20 pounds, get back on the edge, get your shit going. What he did with 99, Blunt. And see, I don't know. Let me tell you, I'm a guy that don't know names. My philosophy is make a name for yourself. I'll then find out what your name is, and I'll call you by your name. Other than that, I'm gonna call you a fucking number. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no name. And to be able to, let me ask you, you think we're gonna be able to keep Jason Taylor another year after the shit that he's doing?
I remember I once asked him, did he eventually want to be a head coach? And he just looked at me and said, man, everything I do, I want to go to the top. I want to be the best at it. I don't know how long you get to keep him, but every offseason we hear he's interviewing for NFL jobs. I've watched Jason Taylor coach since he coached the Davie Broncos. I used to see Jason Taylor on Wednesday night.
That's what people don't realize. I tell people he went the same route as Prime. That man coached Little League.
Yeah.
That man coached Little League to high school to college.
Bro.
He just put his jacket on and ran out there talking
Wednesday nights, Jason Taylor used to be at PPO Park and knock down, drag out, goddamn.
PPO Park. That's why
3,000 people out there. And he was coaching Little League. So I think there's some gratification in him coaching kids. The NFL doesn't always provide that. I think the gratification, I think, and this, I can ask him this year when we get to talk to him, but I think there's gratification in him getting to teach. So I got a name for you, Luke, since you say names. This Miami also got out the portal. Damon Wilson, edge rusher, 6'5", 250 pounds, coming over here with 9 sacks. He was a four-star
from Missouri.
Yes.
So
hold
on. I really envision Blunt at one end, Lightfoot at the other end. So you telling me Blunt go?
No, make way for Damon Wilson. We're gonna keep Blunt inside. Make way. Listen, this Damon, go watch his film.
Edge rusher.
Lightfoot and this kid Damon Wilson is fast. Lightfoot is.
That's
Lightfoot
what they tell like
6'5" or something crazy.
Hey, look here. Hey. The fuckers over there in goddamn Missouri robbed us and we robbed their ass. You goddamn right. You got your best player. You think you slick.
Right.
Shouts out to one of the coaches over there. What his name is? I got a brain freeze. Over at Missouri. He used to be at Miami. Coached at Central.
Close at Florida State also.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forget his name. Don't worry about it. We don't need to tell nobody's name. He might want to call somebody else. But yeah, man. Hey, Streeter. That's a beautiful thing, man. I got to get off of this thing because I got to go get a little man his food. He got. Let me tell you something. Baseball. He got a baseball game tonight. Baseball don't do pregame meals. I was asking my son, y'all got a game, y'all don't do pregame meals? He's like, no. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, shit, these boys play 2-3 games a week. They can't do no pregame meal. So yeah, I'm the pregame meal. I'm still doing pregame meal. I got to go take him this pregame meal to feed him, get his food, and get himself together, get ready for his game tonight. They got one more preseason game, then they start the regular season.
Every time we're on the phone, you at Chick-fil-A. I think I know the damn order by heart. It's like
no, I'm not going to Chick-fil-A. My Chick-fil-A is under renovation. I know, right? A number one and a cookie. A number one and a cookie.
Yep.
Hey, a number one Sun Joy and a cookie, and you better have my cookie. My cookie better be soft, because Chick-fil-A will fuck you on the cookies. They will give you an old ass, hard ass cookie. It be feeling like this here. Oh, hard ass cookie from look. So I tell them, look, I want my shit fresh and hot. I will go sit out there in the what you call it, cook. Best cookie in the world, but when that motherfucker hard, you don't want it. You do not want it at all, man. But that's my show. We're gonna come back on Friday. Hey man, y'all follow my good friend Streeter right here, all his channels, Footballville. YouTube, Footballville, Instagram, Footballville, Twitter, Footballville, X, Footballville, everywhere you follow him. He got the goods on all the good shit, and I love them captions. Streeter is the guy that's like on the ESPN thing where it said, "What have I told you?" That's what you are. What have I told you? What have I told you Mr. Beast Mode would put $100 million into a football? What have I told you if Malachi Tony go to the NFL right now? Fresh 18 years old. No, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank y'all for being in the chat. Hey, shouts out to the villains. Hey, if you want to be a villain, how can you be a villain? Because a lot of people always ask me that.
You can text me right now, 786-405-9499. Send me a text. Or the link is in the description of the Twitter. The link is in the description of the YouTube, man. Just text us villains, and you can become a villain, a member, man. They was in there for 10 hours in the Discord yesterday, Luke.
Really? I didn't get. I feel some kind of way. I didn't get my link. I haven't gotten a link lately to come in to talk with the villains. I guess they don't want to talk to me because I'm, everybody.
You know, every time you go off on Beard, I got to give you a week to cool off. Every time you go off on Beard, I got to a buffer.
I had more ammunition. I had to stop. I had to stop off Beard. Hey, I was like, no, don't do it. I got all this. I'm like, you motherfuckers want to fuck with me, bro? Talking about Beard, I will compare him to LSU, UCLA, USC, fucking Georgia, all these receivers, and how many in the last 4 years, and how many got drafted, and the numbers this year. I say no.
Go get your son, man. Go get your son.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. I'm not bothered with Beard. I love Beard.
Leave him alone.
Coach Beard, I love you. And what the other dude named? Kamani McClain up in Broward. What the dude named? The DB?
Kamani McClain?
Asante Samuels? Asante. Yeah. Asante Samuels, straight from Ghana. I love you too.
Kamani McClain?
Why do I
Asante Samuels?
Asante, why the fuck I got his name?
Hey, Kyle, man, tell Kyle you love him too. Look at Kyle chiming in from Broward too. Here's another
Kyle, I love Kyle. Hey, Kyle, listen, man. Kyle, I'm gonna need them votes. If I run, Kyle, I'm gonna need Lauderhill Lakes. I'm gonna need Sunrise. I'm gonna need Tamarack. I'm gonna need all y'all from Broward to vote for your boy Uncle Luke. If I got them and run, I'm gonna let y'all know the 15th. So goddamn it, let's mount up.
Hey, Luke, Kyle said they're gonna jump you, bro. Broward coming to get you. You better.
Broward is not coming. No, they love me in Broward. Shit, I was just in Broward the other day. Hey, I got them gangsters over there in Broward. Oh, them guys. Hey, that's it. Sab Joseph over there. Stealing our goddamn players. Sab over there. I know you over there, Sab. Hey, man, but
that's Cam Kitchens. That's Cam Kitchens' dad right there, Marvin Chapman.
Cam Kitchen, Dad. What's up, Kitchen?
Yeah.
I coach the little brother. I say, Kitchen, bring your ass out. Come on, Kitchen. I want to talk Kitchen, Coach Luke. Hey, I love the Kitchen, man. Hey, man, I got my DB. He going to FAMU today. Just signed up. Shit. They just called me and see. Let me tell you. And I'm going to leave on this one. Good coaches is never the end. You got to keep working, getting these kids in college. And one of my DBs, man, his mom on the phone crying today. Billy Rose, shouts out to Billy Rose. They called me up and said, man, we want Mike, DB Mike. You know Mike, the fast
Mike.
guy.
They took Mike.
Yeah, Mike going to FAMU, man, today. Mike signed it. They just emailed me his paperwork to sign. I got to go get it.
You got another year in high school? Didn't they give him another year?
Yeah. I had to fight to get another year. See, that's when you have a coach that fight for you. And no longer, Coach Luke is no longer here to fight for anybody. Let me go feed my boy.
I was right there. You did fight for him.
You was right there in the paint. Mike got another year and shit. God bless him. The other boy thought he didn't have another year. He got 2 years. But shit. Hey, that's when you dine with the mob. That's when we work together. We're going to continue doing that. Thank you, Streeter, for being on here today, man. Hey. Everybody else, I love y'all. Peace, love, and the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours.
Make the booty go, 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 pop, pop, make the booty go, pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.